The morning sky over New York was perfectly blue when the first alien ships appeared. They came without warning, massive vessels that blocked out the sun like dark metal clouds. Around the world, similar ships appeared over every major city, their shadows casting fear into the hearts of millions. Admiral James stood at the command center of Earth Defense Force headquarters, his weathered face illuminated by the red warning lights flashing across every screen. He had trained for this moment his entire career, but nothing could have truly prepared him for the reality of first contact happening through gun sights. "Sir, they're broadcasting on all frequencies," reported Lieutenant Mark, his fingers flying over the control panel. "Should we respond?" James nodded, straightening his uniform. "Put them through." The main screen flickered to life, revealing a tall, humanoid figure with metallic blue skin. The alien's voice boomed through the speakers, translated in real time by Earth's AI systems. "People of Earth, I am High Commander of the Stellar Empire. Your species has been deemed too dangerous to join the galactic community. Your aggressive nature and rapid technological advancement pose an unacceptable risk. Submit to our rule or face extinction." James's jaw tightened. Humanity had dreamed of meeting alien life for centuries, but not like this. Not with threats and demands. "This is Admiral James of the Earth Defense Force. We have shown no aggression toward your people. We demand you withdraw immediately." The High Commander's expression didn't change. "Your history speaks for itself. Your wars, your weapons, your constant drive to expand. The Council has decided. Submission or extinction. You have 1 hour to decide." The screen went dark, leaving the command center in tense silence. James turned to his staff, seeing the fear in their eyes mixed with determination. "Alert all military commands worldwide. Launch all satellites into defensive positions, and get me the President." The next hour passed in a blur of activity. Military bases worldwide went to high alert. Fighter jets took to the skies. Missile systems were armed. In underground bunkers, government leaders gathered to face what might be humanity's greatest crisis. The Stellar Empire didn't wait for the hour to end. The first attack came with devastating precision. Energy beams sliced through Earth's most advanced fighters like they were paper. Defensive missiles exploded harmlessly against alien shields. Cities around the globe reported massive ships landing, deploying troops in sleek armor that seemed to absorb conventional weapons fire. "Sir, London is under heavy bombardment. Paris reports multiple landing zones. Beijing's air defenses are completely overwhelmed." The reports kept coming, each worse than the last. James watched in horror as New York's skyline erupted in flames. The alien ships were methodically destroying military installations, while their ground forces secured strategic positions. They were being invaded by an enemy that had clearly studied them, knew their weaknesses, and had technology far beyond their own. But they had underestimated something crucial about humans: their ability to adapt and their fierce determination to survive. "Order all remaining forces to fall back to secondary positions," James commanded. "Activate Protocol Omega." Protocol Omega was humanity's last resort defense plan, a network of underground bases and hidden facilities that had been prepared in secret for decades. As the surface burned, thousands of military personnel and civilian leaders were already being evacuated to these sanctuaries. From his command post, James watched the devastating first day of the war unfold. The Stellar Empire had won the first battle with overwhelming force, but humanity wasn't finished. In fact, they had only just begun to fight. As night fell over a changed Earth, James made his way to the underground war room, where the remaining military leadership had gathered. The bunker's thick walls hummed with backup generators as he addressed the grim-faced officers. "They think they know us because they've studied our history," he said, his voice steady despite the weight of the day's losses. "But they don't truly understand what happens when humans are backed into a corner. We don't submit. We don't give up. We fight. And we're about to show the Stellar Empire exactly why they were right to fear us, but wrong to provoke us." In the darkness below the burning cities, humanity began to plan its retaliation. The war had only just begun, and the aliens were about to learn a costly lesson about underestimating the human spirit. Deep beneath the Rocky Mountains, in a facility unknown to even most world governments, Dr. Anna worked tirelessly in her lab. The sounds of distant explosions couldn't reach this far underground, but she knew the war above was getting worse. The aliens thought they had humanity cornered, but they didn't know about Project Phoenix. Dr. Anna, her assistant Robert, burst into the lab, holding a tablet. The Stellar Empire has taken control of most major cities. Admiral James has activated Protocol Omega. Anna nodded, her face lit by the blue glow of the strange metal floating in the containment chamber before her. Then it's time. Tell the team to begin final assembly. The truth was, Earth had been preparing for this day for over 60 years. Every UFO crash that governments had covered up, every strange piece of technology that had been hidden from the public, it had all come here to this facility. And Anna's team had spent decades taking these alien machines apart and learning their secrets. In another part of the facility, engineers were putting the finishing touches on sleek black ships that looked nothing like normal human aircraft. These were the Phoenix fighters, built with a mix of human innovation and reverse-engineered alien technology. Their engines used principles that most human scientists wouldn't discover for another 100 years, but the crashes had given them a shortcut. All the simulation tests are complete, Robert reported, checking his data. The Phoenix fighters are showing 95% combat effectiveness against the alien shields. The stealth systems are working even better than we hoped. Anna walked through the massive underground hangar, running her hand along one of the fighters. Unlike the bright metallic ships of the Stellar Empire, these were dark as night, their surfaces seeming to swallow light. And the weapons. The pulse cannons are ready. We use their own technology against them, modified and improved. Robert couldn't hide his pride. They won't expect their own weapons to be used in ways they never thought of. But the Phoenix fighters weren't their only secret. Anna led Robert to a heavily secured vault at the deepest level of the facility. Inside, rows of combat suits lined the walls, each one a masterpiece of human engineering combined with alien tech. The battle suits are our greatest achievement, Anna explained to the military officers who would gather to see them. They adapt to any fighting style, enhance strength and speed, and most importantly, they can absorb energy from alien weapons and redirect it. Admiral James, who had arrived at the facility hours earlier, stepped forward to examine the suits. "How many do we have ready?" 50 fighters and 200 suits, Anna replied. Not enough to win the war outright, but enough to prove that humanity isn't as helpless as they think. James nodded slowly, a plan forming in his mind. We don't need to win everything at once. We just need to show them we can fight back, to give hope to the resistance forming in every occupied city. The next few hours were a blur of activity. Pilots and soldiers, specially chosen and trained in secret for years, were brought to the facility through hidden tunnels. Each one had been preparing for this moment without knowing exactly what they were training for. As Anna watched the troops suit up, she felt a mix of pride and concern. "There's something you should know, Admiral," she said quietly. "The technology in these suits and ships, it's more advanced than what the Stellar Empire is using against us." James looked at her sharply. "How is that possible? They're clearly more advanced than us." "The crash sites we studied, they weren't all from the same alien civilization. Some of the technology we found was far beyond anything the Stellar Empire has shown. I don't think they know about it." Anna's eyes gleamed with determination. "They thought they knew everything about us, but we've had help they never knew about." In the hangar, pilots were climbing into their Phoenix fighters. Each ship hummed with power that defied normal physics. The battle suits transformed ordinary soldiers into something that would shock their alien invaders. Humanity was about to reveal that they weren't just victims to be conquered. They were a force that had been preparing in secret for decades. As the first teams prepared to launch, Admiral James addressed them one final time. The enemy thinks they know what humans are capable of. Today, we prove them wrong. Today, we show them why Earth should never be underestimated. The underground hangar doors began to open, revealing a hidden exit through the mountains. Humanity's counterattack was about to begin, and the Stellar Empire was about to learn that they weren't the only ones with advanced technology. The Stellar Empire's base on Mars was quiet under the red planet's sky. The alien guards were relaxed. After all, humans couldn't possibly reach them here. Their ships controlled Earth's orbit, and human technology was too primitive to threaten them on Mars. They were wrong. Colonel Mike watched the alien base through his battle suit's advanced display. His team of 20 soldiers lay hidden behind red rocks, their black suits blending perfectly with the shadows. Above, hidden by new stealth technology, 5 Phoenix fighters waited for his signal. Remember, Mike's voice was calm on the radio. We hit hard and fast. Show them what humans can really do. He checked the time. Strike team, are you in position? Ready, came the quiet response from Lieutenant Kate, who led the second team on the other side of the base. Mike took a deep breath. Begin Operation Payback. Phoenix Squadron, you're up. The 5 hidden fighters suddenly appeared in the Martian sky, but they didn't look like anything the aliens had seen before. Dark as space itself, they moved with impossible speed and grace. The Stellar Empire's sensors barely had time to register the threat before the attack began. The Phoenix fighters' pulse cannons fired, but instead of exploding against the base's shields, the energy seemed to pass right through them. The aliens had never imagined that someone could modify their own shield technology to bypass their defenses. Alarms blared across the base. Alien fighters rushed to launch, but they were too slow. The Phoenix Squadron danced around them, using moves that should have been impossible. Human pilots, trained in secret for years, flew with a skill and aggression that shocked the aliens. Ground teams, go, Mike ordered. 40 soldiers in battle suits rushed from their hiding spots. When alien guards fired their energy weapons, something amazing happened. The suits absorbed the blasts, glowing briefly before redirecting the energy back at the attackers. Mike led the charge, his suit enhancing his strength and speed. He jumped over a 15-foot wall, like it was nothing, landing among a group of stunned alien soldiers. Their weapons proved useless against his suit, while his own modified alien tech cut through their defenses. On the other side of the base, Kate's team breached the main building. The battle suit's systems quickly learned and adapted to alien security measures, doors that should have been impossible to hack open before them. Command center secured, Kate reported. You need to see this, Colonel. We've found their battle plans. Mike fought his way through the base, still amazed by how well the suits worked. Each alien weapon that hit them only made them stronger, absorbing and learning from the energy. Dr. Anna's modifications had worked better than anyone had hoped. In orbit, the Phoenix fighters had completely overwhelmed the alien defense. Not a single human ship had been lost, while dozens of alien fighters floated dead in space. The Stellar Empire's commanders couldn't believe what they were seeing. Humans using technology that seemed more advanced than their own. Download everything, Mike ordered when he reached the command center. The Admiral needs to see this. He looked at the alien battle plans on the screens, and his eyes widened. They're not just afraid of us advancing too quickly. They're afraid because they found evidence of other aliens helping us in secret. The raid had taken less than 30 minutes. As Mike's teams pulled out, leaving the burning base behind, they took with them not just a victory, but vital intelligence. The Stellar Empire's greatest fear was revealed. They had discovered traces of an ancient, powerful alien civilization that had visited Earth long ago, and they feared these ancient aliens had chosen humanity for their return. Back on Earth, Admiral James received the news of the raid's success. The images of human fighters defeating the aliens' best ships and soldiers in battle suits overwhelming their forces spread quickly through the resistance. For the first time since the invasion, people began to hope. In her underground lab, Dr. Anna smiled as she read the battle data. The suits and ships had performed even better than expected. "Send all the combat data back to production," she ordered. "It's time to start building more." The Stellar Empire thought they could judge humanity without knowing our full strength. Now they're about to learn what happens when humans fight back. The first strike had been delivered, and it had hit harder than the aliens ever expected. Humanity wasn't just fighting back. They were fighting back with technology that shocked and frightened their invaders. The real war was about to begin. Ambassador Tom stood in the hidden communication room, staring at the alien transmission they had intercepted. After the successful raid on Mars, Earth's new technology had managed to crack the Stellar Empire's secret channels. What they found changed everything. "Play it again," he ordered the tech specialist, Bill, who worked at the computer station. The holographic display flickered to life, showing two alien beings arguing in the Galactic Council chamber. Their words, now translated by Earth's computers, reveal the deep division among the alien species. The invasion of Earth was not authorized by the full council. The first alien, tall with silvery skin, pointed accusingly. The Stellar Empire acted alone, claiming a threat that didn't exist. The second alien, wearing the marked robes of the Empire, stood firm. "We had evidence of the Ancient One's technology on Earth. If humans learned to use it, then we should have contacted them peacefully." The first alien interrupted. "Now you've driven them to use exactly what you feared, and proven they're more capable than anyone expected." Tom watched the recording end, his mind racing with possibilities. How many council species opposed the invasion? Bill checked the data. From what we intercepted, at least 6 out of the 15 major species think the Empire went too far. They're especially impressed by how we handled the Mars base. Minimal casualties. Precise operation. This was the opening Earth needed. Tom immediately contacted Admiral James and Dr. Anna through the secure line. Their faces appeared on separate screens, joining the emergency meeting. "The council is divided," Tom explained. "We have a chance for diplomacy, but we need to act quickly." Dr. Anna nodded. "The technology we captured from Mars proves something interesting. The Empire's ships are actually less advanced than some of the other council species. They invaded us because they're afraid of losing their power. Can we contact the opposing council members?" Admiral James asked. Tom smiled for the first time in days. "Better than that. I found a way to address the full council directly. We can show them we're not the savages the Empire claims we are." Over the next few hours, they prepared Earth's first official message to the Galactic Council. While the Empire's forces still occupied their cities, humanity would show they could fight with honor and speak with wisdom. Using the captured communication systems, Tom broadcast his message to the council chamber. His image appeared before the gathered alien species, causing immediate shock and surprise. "Honorable members of the Galactic Council," he began, his voice steady. "I am Ambassador Tom of Earth. We come before you not as enemies, but as a species seeking justice. The Stellar Empire attacked us without provocation, claiming we were too dangerous to join the galactic community." He paused, letting his words sink in. "Yet when we counterattacked, we chose not to destroy. When we had the chance for revenge, we showed mercy. Is this the action of a species too dangerous to join you?" The council chamber erupted in discussion. Many members were surprised by the humans' ability to breach their communications, but even more impressed by their measured response to the invasion. The silver-skinned alien who had opposed the invasion stood up. "The humans speak truth. They have shown more wisdom in war than the Empire has in peace." In the hidden bunker, Tom watched as more council members began to speak in Earth's favor. The Empire's representatives looked increasingly uncomfortable as their deception was exposed. "There's something else you should know," Tom continued. "We've discovered why the Empire really attacked us. They found traces of the Ancient Ones on Earth and feared what would happen if we learned their secrets. But ask yourselves, if the Ancient Ones trusted humanity with their legacy, shouldn't that tell you something about our potential?" This revelation caused even more chaos in the Council. The Ancient Ones were legendary among alien species. Their technology far surpassed anything currently known. The fact that they had chosen to share their knowledge with humans changed everything. As the Council debated, Tom received an urgent message from Earth's Defense Command. "Sir, we're detecting more ships entering the solar system. But these aren't Empire ships." Tom watched as new alien vessels arrived, ships belonging to Council species who had opposed the invasion. For the first time since the war began, Earth had found allies among the stars. The tide was turning. Through both strength and wisdom, humanity was showing the galaxy who they really were. The Empire's greatest fear was coming true. Earth wasn't going to be conquered. Instead, they were about to become a major power in galactic politics. Commander Lisa moved silently through the ruins of downtown Chicago, her small team following close behind. Their simple clothes helped them blend in with other civilians, but hidden underneath were pieces of modified battlesuit technology. The Stellar Empire's soldiers never saw them coming. "Team 2 in position," whispered Jack through their hidden radio. "Supply convoy approaching from the north." Lisa checked her watch. The alien ships always followed the same schedule, moving supplies from their main base to smaller outposts. Their arrogance made them predictable. "All teams, remember, we take what we need, then disappear. No unnecessary fighting." The resistance had grown stronger every day since the Mars raid. Stories of humanity's successful attack had spread through hidden networks, giving people hope. Now, resistance cells operated in every occupied city, sharing information and resources through systems the aliens couldn't detect. "Convoy in sight," Lisa reported, watching 3 alien transport vehicles float down the empty street. Their guards looked bored, not expecting any trouble in an area they thought they controlled completely. Lisa gave the signal. From different hiding spots, resistance fighters emerged. They wore pieces of the battle suit technology that Dr. Anna's team had managed to reproduce in smaller concealable forms. The alien guards raised their weapons, but it was too late. The fight was quick and quiet. The resistance fighters absorbed energy from the alien weapons and used it against them, just like in the Mars raid. Within minutes, the convoy was secured. "Check the cargo," Lisa ordered. "Take only what the civilians need. Leave the rest." Inside the transport vehicles, they found food, medicine, and raw materials. But they also found something unexpected: data crystals containing Empire military communications. "Command needs to see these," Jack said, carefully storing the crystals. "Could be important." But before they could finish unloading the supplies, alert sirens began to sound from the alien base. Multiple teams moved to intercept the rebels. The alien commander's voice boomed through the city. Lisa smiled. "Right on schedule. Team 3, you're up." On the other side of the city, another resistance group launched an attack on an Empire patrol. It was a distraction, meant to draw attention away from the convoy raid. The resistance had learned to strike from multiple directions, keeping the aliens confused and divided. "Supplies secured," Jack reported, moving to underground transport. Below the city streets, humans had built a network of hidden tunnels. Some were old subway lines, others were new passages dug in secret. The resistance used them to move people and supplies right under the aliens' feet. Lisa watched her team disappear into a hidden entrance with the stolen goods. The Empire's soldiers would arrive soon, but they would find nothing. The resistance was like a ghost, striking fast and vanishing before the enemy could respond. Back at their hidden base, an old warehouse converted into a command center, Lisa received reports from other cities. The resistance was growing stronger everywhere. In New York, they had disrupted alien communication systems. In London, they had freed hundreds of human prisoners. In Tokyo, they had mapped every Empire patrol route. "The Empire doesn't understand humans," Lisa told her gathered teams. "They think controlling our cities means they've won. They don't realize that humans have been telling stories about fighting against impossible odds for our entire history." We don't give up. We adapt. We find ways to fight back. A young messenger rushed in with news from Admiral James. The diplomatic efforts were working. Some alien species were starting to support Earth. But more importantly, the Resistance's actions were proving something crucial. Humans wouldn't break under pressure. Keep gathering intelligence, Lisa ordered her teams. Keep helping civilians. Keep showing the galaxy what humanity really is. As night fell over the occupied city, Resistance teams moved through shadows and tunnels. They weren't just fighting a war. They were showing the galaxy humanity's true strength. Not just in battle, but in their unity, their cleverness, and their unbreakable spirit. The Empire had expected to find a broken, conquered people. Instead, they found themselves facing an enemy they couldn't predict or control. The Resistance wasn't just surviving. It was preparing for humanity's ultimate victory. The Great Hall of the Galactic Council buzzed with tension. Ambassador Tom stood at the center, his hologram projected from Earth, while representatives from 15 alien species argued around him. The Stellar Empire's delegation sat stiffly, watching their control slip away. "Look at this evidence," Tom said, displaying videos from Earth's Resistance. The footage showed human fighters disabling alien ships without destroying them, helping injured Empire soldiers after battles, and sharing captured supplies with civilians, both human and alien. "The humans show mercy even to those who invaded them," declared the silver-skinned council member, Leader Ray. While the Empire claimed they were savages, they proved themselves more civilized than their attackers. Dr. Anna's voice came through the secure channel to Tom's earpiece. "Show them the new technology." Tom nodded and activated another hologram. It showed the modified battle suits and Phoenix fighters, but now they were different. The weapons had been changed to disable rather than destroy. The shields could protect both human and alien ships. "We've improved the Ancient One's technology," Tom explained. "Not to make better weapons, but to find ways to end fights without death. Isn't that what truly advanced species should do?" The council chamber erupted in surprised murmurs. The Ancient Ones were legendary for their wisdom, and humans had not only understood their technology, but had made it more peaceful. This was not what anyone expected from a supposedly primitive species. Back on Earth, Admiral James watched the council meeting through their secure feed. Around him, screens showed the growing support for humanity. 3 alien species had already moved their ships into Earth's solar system, positioning themselves between Empire forces and the planet. "Sir," a young officer rushed in. "Empire ships are powering up weapons. They're going to attack their own allies." James immediately opened a channel to the council. "The Empire is about to fire on council ships. They would rather start a galactic war than admit they were wrong about us." The council watched in horror as Empire vessels began attacking their former allies. But they weren't prepared for what happened next. The human Phoenix squadron, hidden in stealth mode, suddenly appeared around the Empire ships. Instead of firing weapons, they activated their new defensive systems. Energy fields spread between the ships, creating barriers that absorbed every shot the Empire fired. Not a single ship was destroyed. Not a single life was lost. Humanity had turned a potential massacre into a demonstration of peace through strength. "Enough." Leader Ray's voice boomed through the council chamber. "The Empire has broken our most sacred laws. They attacked a developing species without approval. They fired on council ships. They must be held accountable." One by one, council members stood to vote. The evidence was clear. Earth had not only proven itself worthy of galactic civilization, it had shown a way to use advanced technology that many species had never considered. In her underground lab, Dr. Anna smiled as she watched the vote through their communication link. "The Ancient Ones were right about us," she said to no one in particular. "They left their technology because they saw our potential, not for war, but for finding new ways to create peace." The final council vote was decisive. The Stellar Empire would be forced to withdraw all forces from Earth immediately. Their military powers would be limited, and they would pay compensation for the damage they had caused. But there was more. Earth would be granted full membership in the Galactic Council, with all the rights and protections that came with it. Humanity had earned their place among the stars not through conquest, but through their unique combination of strength and wisdom. This isn't just a victory for Earth, Tom addressed the Council. This is a chance to show the galaxy a new way forward, where advanced technology doesn't have to mean more destruction, where different species can learn from each other and grow stronger together. As the Council session ended, ships from 7 alien species now protected Earth's orbit. The Empire's forces began their withdrawal, their leaders facing punishment for their actions. Humanity had not only survived their greatest crisis, they had turned it into their greatest opportunity. 1 month after the Council's historic vote, Earth's cities began to rise again from the ashes of invasion. Admiral James stood atop the rebuilt Earth Defense Force headquarters, watching ships in the sky. But this time, they were allies helping with reconstruction. "The last Empire forces have left Earth's space," reported Lieutenant Mark, "and you need to see what the cleanup teams found in their abandoned base." In the main command center, Dr. Anna was already waiting with the discovery. On the table lay a small device covered in symbols that matched the Ancient Ones' technology. "They had this all along," she said, "proof that the Ancient Ones visited Earth thousands of years ago. This is why the Empire attacked. They found this and panicked." "And now?" James asked, though he already knew the answer. "Now we understand it better than they ever did." Anna activated the device. A hologram appeared, showing star maps and technological designs far beyond even current galactic civilization. The Ancient Ones didn't just leave us technology. They left us a roadmap to the future. Outside, Phoenix fighters flew in formation with ships from their new alien allies. The sight of human and alien vessels working together had become common. Earth's cities were being rebuilt using a combination of human determination and alien technology. Commander Lisa, now leading the global reconstruction effort, coordinated teams of humans and aliens working side by side. The underground resistance networks had transformed into cooperation networks, sharing knowledge and resources to help everyone recover. The Empire never understood. She told her mixed team of human and alien workers. They thought finding ancient technology made us dangerous. But it wasn't the technology that made us special. It was how we chose to use it. In the Galactic Council chamber, Ambassador Tom attended his first official meeting as Earth's representative. The chamber looked different now, changed to accommodate humans alongside the other species. But the biggest change was in how they were treated. Earth has proven itself not just worthy of membership, but worthy of leadership, announced Leader Ray. Their handling of the invasion showed us a new way forward. They could have sought revenge. Instead, they sought justice and peace. The Council had changed too. No longer was it dominated by the Empire's influence. New voices were heard, new ideas considered. Earth's example had inspired other species to speak up and share their own unique perspectives. Back in her lab, Dr. Anna worked with scientists from across the galaxy. The Phoenix Project had evolved, becoming a center for cooperative research. The technology that had defended Earth was being adapted to protect and help other worlds. The Ancient Ones chose Earth for a reason, she explained to a group of alien scientists. Not because we were special, but because we had the potential to bring something new to the galaxy. We don't just adapt technology. We find new ways to use it for everyone's benefit. Admiral James received the final reports of Earth's recovery. Cities were rebuilt stronger than before. The global defense network now included contributions from 7 alien species. Humanity had not just survived, they had thrived. "We wrote ghost stories about aliens for centuries," he told the graduating class of Earth's first Galactic Defense Academy, where young humans trained alongside alien allies. "We imagined them as invaders, conquerors, but when real invasion came, we learned something important. The greatest power isn't in weapons or technology, it's in the choice of how to use them." As night fell over Earth, the planet looked different than it had before the invasion. Alien architecture blended with human designs. Ships from a dozen worlds moved through the sky. In homes and schools, humans learned about their place in a much larger community. They had faced extinction and emerged stronger. They had met aliens as enemies and turned them into friends. They had taken technology meant for war and reshaped it for peace. The Empire had attacked Earth because they feared what humans might become. Now their fears had come true, but not in the way they expected. Humanity hadn't become a threat to galactic civilization. They had become its hope for a better future. As Ambassador Tom liked to say in council meetings, the stars didn't limit us. They showed us how far we could rise.